Welcome, viewers, to a journey through the enthralling history of Westeros, delving into the majestic legacy of Balerion the Black Dread and the valiant Targaryens who rode this iconic dragon. From the conquests of Aegon the Conqueror to the enigmatic tales of Princess Aerea Targaryen, join us as we uncover the captivating saga of dragons and their riders in the Seven Kingdoms. Balerion the Black Dread, the legendary dragon of Westeros, was unmatched in power and grandeur among all the dragons in the realm. He arrived in Westeros with House Targaryen, a pivotal moment in the continent's history, tracing his lineage back to Old Valyria. Despite his colossal stature, Balerion was mostly seen as a massive black skull within the Red Keep in both Game of Thrones and its prequel, House of the Dragon, leaving many fans longing for more glimpses of his legendary exploits on screen. Anticipation swelled among viewers for a glimpse of Balerion in action within House of the Dragon, but the series seemed to be set too late in history to unveil the dragon's full glory, even though the last known rider was a key character in its debut season. While it's regrettable that the series didn't showcase Balerion's magnificence, the vast lore within George R. R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire universe delves into Balerion's adventures with his riders across Targaryen history. Here's a concise exploration of Balerion the Black Dread's known dragonriders and their fates. Aegon the Conqueror, famously known as Aegon Targaryen, stands as Balerion's first rider. Prior to his union with his sisters Visenya and Rhaenys, Aegon claimed Balerion as his mount. Accounts from Fire and Blood detail Aegon's initial involvement in Westeros, indicating his assistance with Balerion in disrupting the Volantene fleet's invasion of Lys during the War of the Disputed Lands. Although lore initially depicted Aegon's motivation as ambition and power, House of the Dragon alters this narrative, depicting him as a dragon dreamer and the origin of the Song of Ice and Fire prophecy. Transforming Aegon's conquest into a noble quest, Aegon initiated his conquest at Blackwater Bay, establishing Aegon Fort, the precursor to the Red Keep. With Visenya and Rhaenys by his side, he began a relentless campaign, utilizing dragonback diplomacy to compel Westeros lords and kings to submit. Most surrendered in fear of the dragon's wrath, but some, like Harrenhal of Harrenhal, met a fiery demise inside their impregnable keeps at the hands of Balerion. Following monumental victories like the Field of Fire, where Balerion, along with Vhagar and Meraxes, decimated the armies of the Reach and the Rock, Aegon consolidated support for his rule. Despite Dorne remaining independent, they too suffered substantial losses before being left untouched by the Targaryens. Post-conquest, Aegon and his sister wives dedicated efforts to rebuild Westeros in their image. They constructed the Red Keep and undertook annual royal progresses to quell any potential rebellions, showcasing Targaryen might to both lords and small folk. Aegon's peaceful and prosperous reign saw him pass away at 64 from a stroke, cremated alongside his Valyrian steel sword Blackfire by Visenya's dragon Vhagar. Maegor, born of Visenya and Aegon the First Targaryen, had his eyes set on Balerion, the fearsome dragon. Even amid several other dragons on Dragonstone, Maegor claimed none were worthy of him until he claimed Balerion, fulfilling his long-held desire. As a youth, he displayed strength and swiftly mastered combat skills, yet his disposition veered toward violence and a quick temper. His adulthood was marked by ruthless military successes, battling pirates in the Stepstones, triumphing over 3 Kingsguard knights in a tourney, defeating the notorious Robber Knight, the Giant of the Trident, and quelling Janos Aeron's rebellion in the Aerie, despite being Aegon's second son. Maegor found himself as a spare heir after the birth of Aegon's heir, Aenys. But upon Aenys' demise, Maegor seized the throne, despite his technically unlawful claim. His penchant for polygamy, marrying 6 queens including Cerys Hightower, Alice Haraway, Tiana of the Tower, and the controversial Black Brides, Eleanor Castaigne, Jane Westerling, and even his niece, Rhaena Targaryen, outraged factions like the Hightowers of Oldtown, the Faith, and the High Sept. However, none of these marriages bore him children, leading Maegor to name Rhaena's eldest daughter, Aerea, as his heir. The greatest challenge of his reign emerged from the Faith militant, incensed by his multiple marriages and the unlawful nature of his rule. Maegor, with Balerion at his command, waged brutal wars against the Faith, laying waste to battlefields and religious sanctuaries, earning him the infamous title Maegor the Cruel. Among the tragedies was the raising of the Sept of Remembrance. In 43 AC, Maegor and Balerion struck a decisive blow, slaying Aegon the Uncrowned and his dragon Quicksilver in the battle beneath the God's Eye, crippling the Faith's favored claimant. His reign endured for 6 years and 6 days, marked by brutality and unyielding rule. However, in a new challenger arose, Prince Jaehaerys, Aegon and Rhaena's younger brother. who became the beacon of hope for the realm wearied by Maegor's tyranny. The realm turned against Maegor, abandoning their king who had become a symbol of oppression. His bannermen and even the king's guard deserted him in favor of the young and promising Jaehaerys. Despite his refusal to surrender, Maegor met his demise on the Iron Throne, wrists slit and robes soaked in blood. The circumstances of his death remain shrouded in mystery, known only to his wife Eleanor. With Maegor gone, Balerion returned to Dragonstone, awaiting a new rider to command him. Princess Aerea Targaryen, daughter of Aegon the Uncrowned and Princess Rhaena, led a life marked by enigmatic twists. Initially shy, she bore a stark contrast to her vivacious twin sister, Rhaella. Rumors whispered of an identity swap during a visit to Old Town for King Jaehaerys' coronation. It was speculated that Aerea adopted her sister's bold demeanor upon her return to King's Landing. In 54 AC, Aerea vanished from Dragonstone, seizing control of Balerion, one of the mighty dragons. Despite widespread efforts, including searches across the realm and her mother Rhaena's aerial pursuit on Dreamfire, Aerea remained elusive for over a year. Jaehaerys, her uncle and king, spared no resources in the quest to locate her, yet their efforts proved futile. Then, in 56 AC, a harrowing sight unfolded as Aerea, disfigured and ailing, returned to stride Balerion. Her journey had taken her to the perilous remnants of Valyria, where she succumbed to an unprecedented illness, plagued by a mysterious creature within her. Despite the efforts of Septon Barth, who bore witness to her suffering and subsequently cremated her, Aerea's demise remained shrouded in tragic mystery. Balerion, the dragon she had ridden, found its final resting place in Maegor's dragon pit, becoming the first resident of the newly completed structure. Years later, in 93 AC, the aged dragon Balerion was claimed once more, this time by Viserys Targaryen. At around 200 years old, awakening the beast proved a daunting task. Viserys and Balerion soared above King's Landing in a symbolic flight, circling the city thrice. However, the dragon passed away in 94 AC, barely a year after Viserys' claim. Viserys, later known as Viserys the Peaceful, ascended to the throne after the Great Council of 101 AC. Despite a reign marked by prosperity and relative peace, his lack of assertiveness unwittingly sowed the seeds for the calamitous conflict known as the Dance of the Dragons among House Targaryen. As we conclude our exploration into the storied past of House Targaryen and the legendary dragon Balerion, remember to subscribe for more riveting insights into the realms of House of the Dragon and the expansive lore within George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey through Westeros history. Until next time, may the dragon's legacy continue to ignite the flames of fascination within you.